I have a huge delay?
Me.
I think I have a huge delay because I need to refresh. That's me. Ignore me.
I'll mighty you on my end. Am I all right? Sweet.
He said there. He said you're muted in chat.
A potential villain?
That would. There we go. Oh. That works. Not villain. Fill in. Close.
I mean,
I'm still watching him.
Close. We'll do that again, guys. This is episode 23 of that game that we play on Tuesdays, Mummy's Mask. We're missing 2 of our players, as you can see, but we've got to fill in this evening, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Not much is planned, at least for this ragtag group, but they insisted, despite their desires to game elsewhere or be sick and just put up with it, I suppose. So we're gonna make the most of this.
Yeah, Jared, stop being sick.
Come on, push the button.
You can only do so much, you know. You can only do so much.
Sick bastard.
So this is a very different kind of situation. I'm only here to make sure that your rolls go off well and that some of the things that happen, the NPCs that you encounter, are going to do so much for you. But we left off with what exactly?
I remember I got drugs.
You got some drugs, yeah.
Well, hallucinogenics. You know, it might be more spiritual or even medicinal in nature, but it's going to make me see some shit.
Then we're going on Joe Rogan podcast and talking about it.
You ever do damn?
Yes. You guys did get drugs. You particularly got some ointment amidst other things, and you covered Jared's body. You covered Abasi in this ointment, this glaze of sorts.
We saw Pilakka's room. That was cool.
You did see Pilakka's room. That was messy.
I may have been busy in there.
Yeah.
There was a dead. Go ahead.
It's well lived in.
Yeah, you could say that.
Or died in, you know.
Depends on your perspective. Are you a seagull?
Well, I was saying about the dead bird, like with the blood
hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, hanging from the ceiling.
Pendulum style.
Look, creatures have died in there. You've probably smashed a couple of bugs.
That's true. Fair, yeah.
Don't act like Mr. Innocent.
Oh, no, I'm not. It was just...
Plus, you guys have kind of... You've killed plenty, you know?
I've killed no one.
You've killed no one ever in the history of Ronan?
No. I said since I've been with... Well, I didn't get to finish. With the party, I've killed no one since I've been with the party.
He's turning over.
Or that I've been in this place.
New Ronan, 2020.
Yep. I'm running for new pharaoh.
Oh,
new session, new Ronan.
Oh no,
I can make change.
Ronald, I will introduce your character when they decide to make it out of their little hovel of sorts.
No problem at all.
So you currently just get to look cute and hang out and hope that they eventually get to that.
Whoa. Before that, though.
Oh, no.
Everyone in chat, just dig through the sand. Get your traps and get your wraps, because tonight we just did our Mummy's Mask recap, all right?
Oh, my God. Oh, man. I know it still says pillars. For fuck's sake. Can't make anybody happy at all. Christ.
That was for the people who were asking for it. I didn't want to disappoint.
Who was asking for it?
You had Wizard, Aurora. Pretty sure Christy was waiting for it, so didn't want to leave them with, you know.
I didn't know it was coming, but I'm not disappointed.
Christy,
I asked about it in whispers, totally.
Yeah, same.
Prove I did.
Man, I could ban all these people except for Misty. Fuck, or Christy. Fuck. Yeah, I can't ban her either.
All right, let me change this before people have a fucking aneurysm.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Those are called brain attacks? Hello?
My bad. You gotta watch out for those Brian attacks. Mummy's Mask, episode 23.
Scary part about a Brian attack, you never see it coming. Oh, kill me.
So are you saying that Brian comes from the dark? I was gonna say from behind, but it was too. I don't know if it's
from behind.
I don't know if it's the cough syrup or just my beard's really soft, but my beard's really soft.
Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Have you tried
You
working?
know that
Have you tried
Yes.
working the medicine into the beard?
Ooh.
That's actually how he's been consuming it, which is why
It
he's still
rubs the
sick.
tussin in its skin.
yeah, you know the cough syrup.
Yeah. It's in powder form and it goes up my nose.
Oh,
It's that old school stuff. Basic
yeah.
out in the 20s, back when cocaine was legal.
Yeah, the mortar and pestle method.
If you want all the effects of the healing with none of the drowsiness, be sure to use your pre-workout with any drowsiness.
Is there a
Good
G Fuel
God.
version?
well, I mean, I'm going to abstain from any. We can't rile Nick further, okay? There's only so much we can do before he starts foaming at the mouth.
I could not be riled. I have popcorn now.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay. Well, Jared looks so excited. He looks just absolutely enthralled. You okay over there, bud?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
And totally not in molten core.
Totally.
No, I turned down all of my parties.
Oh yeah, sure. Soloing molten core. I hear you.
You can who me. I'm standing in the ruins of Lordaeron, staring at a fucking Zeppelin tower.
Well, but you're fishing.
I'll
Fuck
hold you.
Zeppelin tower. Level my fishing. You really want to torture me today? Huh?
I have 300 fishing. Bite.
So, the session ended with Jared getting a gift, being spoken to by someone declaring themselves as a god. Akentepe approached him
Oh
in
yeah.
his fever pitch of a dream. He attempted to awake, or at least awaken, his friend, the ally, the goblin Ronan. Tried to give him a light nut tap. It wasn't enough to jar him.
It was on my butt. Get it right.
Nut,
I wasn't
but
turned over.
You would have. You should have woke up, but you didn't.
Just fucking lean over. Go,
Oh my god.
Ronan!
Whoa!
Ronan! Why you have such tiny legs? Ronan!
Oh my God.
But he did not
Clip
wake
that,
up.
please.
The surprise was from the fact that Akentepe had a many thing to say. Can you recollect anything, Jared? What did she say? to you?
I can recall everything.
Tell me.
She told me that the armor herself had come from her wife, that her wife had been a pommet. She told me that she actually had nothing to do with Lamash too, and that it was all bullshit, and she serves the crocodile. She told me that the pharaoh wasn't to be trusted, and that they got greedy and worried that she was gaining too much power and fame for being so good at what she does. And then I told her that fine, I'll go look and make sure all of this is true, and if any of it's true, it's all right. Maybe I won't have to come and stab you. But yeah, I'm not going to let you raise an army of the dead. We're still not doing that. And she was like, well, then you have a lot of questions, don't you? All the gods are appearing in Wati. Have fun, bye! And then she poofed out of my existence, and I went, wait, what?
Wait, what? Indeed. That's practically where we ended the session.
Oh, there's a bounty on my head.
Is there?
There's a bounty on all of our...
Yeah, and now I'm officially a part of the party now because there's a bounty on my head as well.
That's how you get in.
Is there a bounty on Neferani's head? She does have an enemy in the game.
I mean, maybe after that shenanigans with the fucking bard,
Yeah. That bard
that
probably
we had no part in.
wants her
whatsoever.
dead. I'd imagine that. Who else hates her right now?
Where did this bounty come from?
Well, I have a bounty from my dad. He has a bounty from Deked, his old slave trader.
His retainer.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I remember that.
You have a bounty from the Coven.
Yeah.
It is in a fashion after a fashion.
In a fashion, yeah. I can imagine that bard is going to come back and cause some problems, but also, good old Neferani did kind of get herself in the same hot water I did when Akentepe showed up the first time, and we had symbols, and she pointed at us, and everyone went, "Why is she pointing at you?" And I went, "There's no way you can tell that from here." And they went, "She's definitely pointing at you."
Yeah. So that kind of leaves Donkor. You're a bit of an odd man out of sorts.
I think he's actually. I think nobody hates Donkor right now.
Except for the members of the party.
Wow.
I think
Can't even defend himself right now.
He keeps the whole party at
that's
arm's
why.
length. He keeps the whole party at arm's
You're
length.
right. He totally does. He keeps the whole party at arm's length. And every opportunity that he can, he does express, like, how much I could have made this much money off of you. I could have sold you out and made this much money off of you. But I didn't.
I don't
Really
even
big
think,
on reminding us of that.
I don't even think Zanjafar hates him either. Like, I think Zanjafar thinks of him as like a drinking buddy almost.
I don't think anyone in the party hates him, but he hasn't exactly earned.
There's not much
a
in
whole
the way
shit ton
of
of trust.
camaraderie. You're missing like severe camaraderie, and it's largely due to the fact that he's just on the outside of the circle. You guys have kind of all thrown in the lot, and in some form or fashion, you have relied on each other. I mean, even if it's not so direct, like Pilakka staying to the outside of the party, allowing them to take the full frontal of the force, so that she can go in the back and fucking poke from the outside, even from the invisible. Or didn't you like look like a statue or something like that?
Yeah, I waited as a statue until they were in the mirror room, and then I forget what exactly I did. I altered self to appear as something else, and stepped into the mirror. And I altered self to look like Akentepe as he had appeared in the mirror.
Yes.
And instructed them to attack the mirror, which hurt them very badly, and me, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it worked.
Yeah, they lived.
I spent like 5 rounds as a statue that fight.
You did, waiting for your opportunity to strike. It was kind of perfect.
Pilakka's an ambush predator, if anything.
That is so bizarre to think of.
She's too tired to chase people down.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. So we'll have a new entertainer entering our fray at this point. But it will be following fresh that morning. Abasi.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Thank you so much, Weary. That's super kind of you. Weary punishing the bit boss. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I give everybody the reputation because you guys did beat the bit boss.
Yay, rep.
Not a little bit either. It's a lot right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, 1,500 rep.
Wow.
Yep, it's a significant amount.
I should be.
Give it a rep.
No. I thought it was going to be a new thing. What is Dragon? Dragon's like 125
pretty
or
high
something?
up there, but
Or
throughout
200?
the entire month of October, anytime that the bit boss still says my name by the end of the night, Goblin Vault takes rep from everyone in its database. Even if you're not in stream. So it's the bit boss bloodbaths. And we're trying to coo away some of the rep in chat. But thank you so much, Wary. I appreciate that, you kind sir. All right.
Nice.
Abasi, you were the first awake. You
Yes.
put on your armor, or at least you were admiring it before we saw some things step away. So before we saw the game kind of come to an end, the camera kind of pull over to black.
Well, I woke our good goblin up to make sure that I was not still in a dream because
Yes,
he bit my armor.
that's right. That's right. He did, and you saw that it was repairing itself. She told you some things about the armor specifically.
That it's a nice shiny cobalt blue, that it has auto repairing capabilities, that it used to belong to her wife and therefore it's sized for a palmette.
You told me about it. Or didn't I bite your
yeah,
armor?
you bit it
Yes.
and it started to repair itself in front of you.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She told you one more thing about it. Do you recall what that is?
No, because there was two things. It repaired itself and it had some other function to it.
Yes.
I can't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll get with
Silent.
you. Well, you'll need to know this specifically for the explanation, but I'm gonna get this to you. Here we go. It's gonna come to you in Discord.
Oh, cool. There's a very fancy piece of paper.
Yeah, you'll want to read the blurb about it at the bottom. It's pretty important. So, Ronan, you were awakened. You tested his armor with your teeth. It's durable, sturdy. It's definitely steel of some sort, and you did still leave a mar in it with your vicious and curved teeth. But as you pulled away, it seemed to almost repair itself.
Yep. I think last time I said something about like that doesn't happen every day or something. Right? Didn't we say that, Jared?
I think so. No? It was either that was neat or that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, because you've never bitten metal before that it just kind of like put itself back together in front of you.
I don't think a lot of people have bit metal that put itself back together.
I'm sure the Terminator has.
Not a lot of people have bit metal apart.
I'm sure the Terminator has.
That's fair. So, did you wish to alert the others, Neferani and Donkor, Pilakka, or did you want to tell them about your experience, your dream that you had that was less of a dream, more of...
Well, I needed to steal the clothing that Donkor had got for me from him before I put the armor on.
Yes.
But Donkor's dead.
He's asleep for sure, but he probably would have left them out on one of... I think he actually asked if there were any pillows that weren't destroyed. And that, yes, there are some pillows that aren't destroyed, courtesy of Ronan. But you can claim those specifically.
Wasn't all me.
Well, two important factors. First off, Abasi needs to have a shower. I ain't putting on new clothing and armor covered in fucking old half-chewed meat and wine and salve and feathers and blood.
Fair.
This was a bad time all around.
Yeah, the salve has since dried up. You sort of look like a crocodile. Your skin is, for all intents and purposes, it's remotely hardened and it's cracked and splitting in certain places. And you feel it every time that you kind of break away. There's a brief calm and this cooling sensation, but then the sting sort of rises. You don't really know what it's going to look like. But for now, you sort of look like a dwarven killer croc.
Yeah, I'm creating a very terrifying character here because I've got like one eye with a shattered iris. I've got scales. I've got no hair.
You have a beard.
Somewhat of a beard.
If he was a little gruffer and not a paladin, maybe like a fighter, he would be like main character or fucking NPC side number 1.
You're like a short, stocky Scott Ian from Anthrax. You just got the beard straight down. It's just there, though. The rest of it is gone. I love it.
It's really like I should be leading a mercenary band of killers.
Yeah.
You're in the new Witcher game.
And I'd probably talk some shit and get punched in the face. They'd be like, that Witcher guy, he's pretty good. We don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing, like, I'm looking at the plans for the place we stay in. I don't know if it'd be called flat or apartment or whatever, but suite, I think is what it says at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's no showers here. Like,
no.
Do we go
No,
to,
we get a bucket.
It's...
Don't they have, like, showers, like, in the city?
No.
People don't shower?
They have basins. Wealthier families have basins, and people will come in and bathe them if they're from a wealthy family. A lot of people will brave the water at the bay. You'll go down to the water's edge and shower up.
Well, sounds like Ronan's type of party.
Some of the nicer like inns and stuff might even have like a communal bath or like maybe even like a hot spring or something. I mean, probably not in the desert, but maybe they have like a well dug, or maybe they just have an irrigation system.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Tooth and Hookah has anything like that.
They do have an irrigation system, but it's designed specifically and as large enough that they can drop a bucket down and pull it up to wheel up your water.
Right.
But
fair enough.
There's not really much in the way. I mean, we could probably makeshift a bathhouse of sorts. I've had lots of experiences with those in my other game. It's horrifying.
Oh, God.
We could go find a bathhouse. For sure.
That's what I want to do.
I mean, I'm still naked and...
You're already ready. You're already ready for the bathhouse. You're naked. Let's go.
Pilakka would definitely, be rising in the morning, and
Sure.
if asked, would certainly be interested in going to a bathhouse.
Being amidst the fact that you're probably very easy to rise in the mornings. And as
She's
traditional,
up at like 4 a.m.
traditional older people do, you are up at the ass crack of dawn or just before it. And you would
All my
likely...
crosswords.
You would likely see Abasi
I
step
gotta
out of
get
his room.
Okay.
I would not say anything to him of my own volition.
Okay.
Likely just watch him with a sneaking, suspicious eye, if anything.
Ronan, do you follow him out of the room, or what does this
Pilakka?
look like for you? No. Your roommate currently.
Oh, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely follow him.
Your new
We had a bonding moment.
weird ass roommate.
According to
Not
his
weird at
gestures
all.
earlier, you definitely bonded when he was jerking something off. It might have been a leg. We're not sure yet.
No. That's not canon. That is not. No.
Yeah, this is
It's got a weird leg.
This is our Hot Springs episode, guys. So it's okay.
This is fan service.
Yeah. So you follow
All right,
him out of the room. What?
Yep.
Do you immediately go for food? What do you try to do here?
I probably pick up. I try to see if there's any food left in the room because I know that Farhan was bringing backup food after I'd thrown shit through the door, but it was really the bard. So I know that there's going to be something around. So I grab like a chunk of meat on a stick, and I follow Jared. Like I just pitter patter behind him. I make sure I grab my sword as well because it looks like Jared's on a mission.
Shit went down.
Is Abasi on a mission?
Abasi is trying to get himself cleaned up. He's got shit needs doing. Spent too long down.
Okay.
So yeah, his mission right now is to clean, clothe, armor, and then I'm gonna take some time to make myself look human. Maybe I'll play up the scales. We'll see how it's like after I've done cleaning myself.
Okay. So, do you begin picking the ointment and like salve that's hardened on your body off, or do you just kind of leave it?
It's one of those things. I need water, like soap. I want to see what comes off when rinsed and bathed. I don't want to pick at anything that's like scab-like. I don't want to like rip off one of these new scales and find out it's all blood underneath and be like, oh, this is a bad time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you mentioning out loud that you're going to the bath? Or that you need water?
Yeah. I'd probably be mumbling to myself about the need to clean.
Because at that point, Pilakka would think to herself that it wouldn't be so bad to wet her feathers either, and would wordlessly start to follow.
So we have created a crew searching for a bathroom.
Yep.
A bathhouse.
A bathhouse. So I guess I don't know, like, what do I do? Like, I'm naked.
You can find, you could try to see if you can get like one of the hexes that that she uses, unless it's just a self hex. You can just try to disguise yourself
Self
in
only.
like a sheet.
You could ask Farhan and see if he has any like just clothes you could buy off of him.
We got like a towel around or something. I can wrap around my waist. They go, hey, Farhan.
Yo, I mean, you guys are nowhere near the same size. Never mind.
I'm downside to Abasi is he's
Probably
very
about as round, but he's got you in height by a long shot. I don't know, Ronan or Pilakka, do you offer assistance here and try to find it, or do you seek out?
Not even a little bit. No, I think he's on his own there entirely.
I mean, being naked isn't really a big deal to me, so.
Me neither. Yeah, like Pilakka barely sees the need for clothes aside from like practical coverage against the elements.
So Abasi stands for a moment, pondering what it is that he can do. He briefly reaches down to some of the pillows, trying to find something that might be able to cover at least most of him. You see his eyes wander the room.
Why fidget? You've nothing half the people in town haven't got.
Well, listen, I think I'm doing quite well for myself, if you really were to break it all down. But I'm covered in your... He just pulls a feather off his arm. Covered in your refuse and other crap from my adventures yesterday.
So why not we find a place to clean up? I wouldn't mind some water between my feathers either.
Well, it's a bloody great idea, except I'm still... Whatever, this'll work. Like half an old sheet wrapped around him.
Okay.
Just like bring your own towel.
Okay. You
Toga party.
You managed to
He
grab
still
a
had
sheet
hair.
from one of the beds. Probably, we'll say that it's Donkor's old bed. You managed to rip it off
Yep,
of his
we're
bed,
gonna go with that.
and you just sort of don it to yourself. Do you just tie it to your waist? Or do you cover your face? What does this look like?
Would Pommet culture, as a group of people living in the sand, have any idea how a toga works?
I would think so.
Would I know how to wrap a toga out of a sheet?
I think the people of the desert are so used to developing their own style of wrappings. I don't necessarily know if it comes down to like a toga style, but
Well, that's what I mean. Like, would I...
yeah, you would certainly gird your entire body in preparation for this, because any area that's going to have like skin on skin touch, you are going to have sweating, likely chafing. So they likely bind most parts of the body, or at least wrap them tightly in a lot of ways. So yeah, it's fair that you could wrap your own body entirely, even in a sheet, because the sheet is still large and you're still a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm still fairly small. I could make myself, if not a toga, then at least a little bit of a robe or a wrapping.
Yep. Easy enough.
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Okay, let's get it down to a charisma check. Give me a flat charisma.
Well, that's not how I get where I needed to be. Have you ever been to roll20.net?
You know,
Or roll29.net? Doesn't take you as many places. No. Roll20, what are you doing to me? What is a chat archive? Why would I want to be there?
This is what you get for not being in game, Jared.
it says he's there.
I'm
On my
here.
end.
It's just fucky. All right, charisma.
Roll 29 again.
Okay, so how shitty do you think my charisma is as a paladin?
Right now, I bet it's pretty rough.
You know, you'd assume most paladins rely on their charisma, right? But
Is it a 4? Because that's what mine is. Wow.
So you have a -1. That's that's not a 4, right?
Yeah, it's not a 4.
It's not a 4.
you're right.
It's rough at best. You still stick out, but it's leaps and bounds better than had you just gone out in the buff and, you know, your little diaper.
I just want my bits covered, and then I'm going to put my backpack on because I have to have the clothing with me and all my crap, and the breastplate and all that other shit.
You will likely succeed in doing that. You're not going to draw much attention. It is still very early on.
Yeah, and I'm just looking for access to bathing materials so that I can square away whatever tufts of whatever I have left sticking off of me and get good clothing on.
Sounds good. Does anybody here have money?
I think Jared has all of my money.
I have some. Not a lot. I think I have like 50 gold. Oh, let me check.
Having any money is better than having no money.
I have 0 money.
A bathhouse in a desert is gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I have 48 gold.
That's far more than enough. Not saying that you're gonna spend it all,
I would
willing
hope
to
so.
cover them, but
I have a lot of gold, but I'm not sure how much of it is still gold. I'm sure a bunch of it is still fine, given how much
I actually have 10 silver pieces.
okay, great.
All right.
Great, that's good. So between the three of you, you happen to have what you feel like should be enough.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is actually where we're going to be constructing as a squad. We're going to be developing a bathhouse. It's going to be a live construction experience between all of us, including our guest player this evening. So what does this look like as you're exiting your room? Do you immediately go downstairs, avoiding Farhan? Do you seek out any kind of food and drink? What do you guys do?
I'm looking for Farhan because I don't know where to go.
Okay.
As soon as we're in public, I'm pulling off his towel.
Very good. Very good.
Abasi's towel. No, not really.
I
Just pull out every one of your feathers, one by one.
Pluck me like a chicken.
Oh, baby.
You'll find
Pluck me,
Farhan.
daddy.
It's early. It's very early. He wasn't expecting much in the way of attendance from anyone. Honestly, he wasn't really expecting much from either of you either, since it's just that early. You haven't quite got his attention yet. He's minding his business behind the bar.
I just kind of stop and look down at myself and I go, you know, he's normally really, really observant. It's weird he hasn't seen any of this yet.
Pilakka goes.
Hold on, I've got to...
Are you okay, bird lady?
Once he just hits himself on the forehead.
Okay. As you scream caw coo, whatever that noise was that you did.
I try to hand her my water skin.
Panics.
She pushes him away by his face.
Farhan panics. In a brief moment, you see him launch a glass jar. It looks like a vase, very similar to what was thrown down the stairs yesterday. And he struggles for a moment, but he drops the towel and he happens to catch it, holding on to it as he slowly turns to face you. Good morning.
Hi.
I say nothing.
Is he just shaking his head?
Places it on the table or the bar. It is a bit early, I must say. I was not expecting you. Can I get you anything?
Water?
Never mind.
Farhan, I need to go.
He leans over. Abasi?
Well, I was until a couple of days ago.
What did they do to you?
You know, I'm not sure I remember half of it. Something about a weird bard getting knocked out yesterday.
I will get the wine.
We told him to stop fighting in bars.
Starts moving a few cups or steins across the table. There is water he offers to anybody that would like that. He also offers wine specifically for you, and he hands the cup directly to you. This is the thing that you need a doctor or a bath or both. You need a doctor and a bath.
Oh, love a bath. Yesterday they went up and I'm together. They got this ointment to help what ails me. I'm feeling a lot better. I am, but I'm looking like something that's come out the other end.
This is true. You should go to the bathhouse then.
Is it that way? What is it? Is it that?
The bathhouse is very close to. Let's see here. Where do I want to place this?
It's gonna be like if it's next to the necropolis. I'm gonna be mad that I've never seen it.
He basically informs you that it's on the southern half of the bazaar, closer to Brown Asp.
Jesus, I forgot about the brown asses.
Brown Asp is where you had gone to meet the Pook.
Nice.
Oh, crap.
I wasn't there for that.
Pilakka should remember that.
It is a respected and wonderful establishment. It has come at a cost, but this should not be a problem.
Are the lodgings private?
There are smaller rooms, yes.
This could work. There are few who would wish to behold such a creature steeping in its own juices. And she says, and she gestures to Abasi.
Oh, I know a lot of very hungry people on the streets would love to see someone else basking in their juices.
I could go for a bite myself.
Thank you, Farhan. Thank you very much.
Can I have one of those drinks? Two?
Abasi's just gonna slam his and put it on the counter.
All right, we're good to go.
He pours yours in, but he only gives you half a cup. It's a full-size cup, but he only gives it half.
I jiggle it.
No, you need to be sober to help your friend. He is in a bad way.
He's a lightweight.
No, if he is in this way and you find yourself in a fight, but you are drunk, what will you do for him?
I will chop off many heads.
But if you are drunk, you could chop off your own head.
No, I just chop off more heads.
What if?
I'm just jiggling it.
He's meta drunk.
This is not for me to decide, but it is still Farhan's bar. You
I
either
expect
want half of
cheese
it or you want none of it.
I expect cheese when I get back, if that is the case.
Actually,
Jeez.
my friend, I had this prepped just for you.
No,
And-
save it. We
Are
go
you
take a
sure?
bath first. Yes. I just walk out the fucking door.
He's like a 5-year-old with attitude. No! Put the sippy cup away, Mom. You had your chance to give me milk, but now I want fucking orange juice. How's that?
I'll let you fill up my sippy cup by half, but I'm gonna want more string cheese later.
I'll be in my office. Just climbed into the crib.
As you exit the Tooth and Hookah, I need reflexes from everyone as you are nearly run down.
Oh snap!
Okay.
What if we are run down?
Oh wait.
Let's see what your reflexes are like.
Not good.
About that.
Abilities are gone. What the hell? Hold on. I have to refresh it.
Pilakka gets one shot by a cart.
Man, if only you had luck rolls.
The end of Pilakka-Bitakk.
That's better than nothing.
Traffic collision.
Hey Chad, I don't know if you know, but there's this thing called Amazon, and you can link it with your Twitch and sub to your favorite streamer once a month, every month for free. And
Help
on
me.
Bob's channel, you can give us rerolls.
Luck rerolls, yeah, it's definitely a thing.
There was almost not a game tonight.
It's true, we got talked into it.
I bullied
It's
everyone.
true. He bully.
You can blame the cough syrup.
Blame it on the goose. Got you feeling loose. All right,
I didn't.
Abasi, Ronan,
Yes.
you will succeed. Pilakka, reflexively as you wish to lead, you push outside and you turn back to hearing this bickering from Ronan. No, you hold it! I'll be back! Glancing back, you are struck. Not by a cart, but by an animal, a creature. A reptile. It hits you and drives you back. Let's see here.
I make that sound again.
If you're doing bull rush, it'll be a +4.
Okay. Then it's...
Oh god.
Oh, I'm not rolling to hit. It's just going to be hitting. You're going to take 1 point of damage. Not going to be enough to really kind of shake you, but you're still very, very light in your load. You don't have a ton of hit points. Constitution is rather paltry.
I also look like an old human woman, and I'm just gonna splay out on the ground.
Can I
Like,
get a...
dramatically.
Okay, all right. I was going to say I'll give Ryu and Jared a reflex if they wish to catch you, but they may not.
Is this a performance check as well?
I mean, I would try and catch the old lady if given the opportunity, but realistically, if she hits the ground and just splays out, I'm just going to stand there and watch.
Yeah, same.
Okay, all right. Then they don't catch you. You eat it. You basically plant right down into the sand. Your head slams back onto the wooden slats. This is likely what caused the 1 point of damage. The other
I
two
press
you're
my
watching,
life alert.
and there are two blue-skinned lizards, blue sort of like this color, the color of my hair, that are moving bipedally very quickly across the sand. And behind it, it is dragging what looks to be a single manned black skiff. And there's a figure. Why don't you describe yourself, figure?
The appearance of the person that you see before you, shorter than Abasi, who would be the Pommet, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, shorter than Abasi. Even at a distance, you can tell he's a relatively small person. Very slim, even under the amount of brownish kind of white robes that he has that seem to match the desert sands on the outside. As you guys start seeing him kind of pass by and slow the cart, he has a bit of a snout on him and little whiskers that kind of stick out. And just behind him, you see rat-like tail kind of whipping, and then slowly wraps into a belt-like loop around him. And the little creature that you see before you is indeed that of a rat folk.
Splinter?
Did you just run down our bird and then like slide to a stop in front of us?
Slid to
Oh
a
yeah, I'm not
stop.
cheering for you. You hit me with your lizard truck.
Slid to a stop, didn't pay any heed or mind, leaps from the back of his skiff that
I'm
looks
just
to
gonna
be shaped,
pick him up by the back of the neck.
looks to be shaped out of what your best guess is probably a large beetle. And he goes to grab a bag. If you're gonna grab at him,
Yeah.
give me a CMB versus his CMD. Bear in mind, you are going to be... Is that going to be enough to pick you up? To catch you? Should be.
Yeah.
Okay, you managed to.
Just
You
gonna
feel
pick
a hand grip at your neck immediately and lift you, hoist you off of the ground. What do you do?
Not really expecting to be grabbed. You, as you pick him up by the back of the neck, you hear. He turns and he goes and he like swings his elbow around, frantically going, "Get off of me!" And he goes for a elbow to kind of push him away.
Sure. You don't exactly have incredibly long limbs yourself, but make an attack. Let's see.
I was just typing. I was just waiting for it to be like, I hit him in the face.
Critical.
No rolls. He just writes, I hit him in the face.
What is your AC without armor?
In the buff. Fuck yes! 13.
Ooh.
You managed to just clip him, but it's not enough. You don't have the footing that you need to catch him. Do you wheel him around at all, Jared?
Yeah. I was gonna turn him around to look at me, and then without saying anything, I'm just gonna shake my head and then turn him to Pilakka.
Turns
I'm
you
still on the ground, just like, ugh.
to peer at an elderly woman that seems to be half in and half out of the tooth and hookah.
And the grave.
In the grave.
If you're gonna play this up, give me a performance or a bluff.
I don't know if one is higher than the other.
You just did 1/10 of this weak old woman's HP. Holy
That's
shit!
really good.
Wow. Oh my god, the old lady is down. How dare you?
I see the light. It's so painful.
I 100% knew she was faking it, so I just sip on my fucking beer.
Perfect.
But I milk it. I milk it just like the bard thing. I've got it down.
What do you do,
I
Mr.
thought it
Ratfolk?
wasn't supposed to hurt.
What do you do here? Do you say anything? Do you panic? Do you apologize?
As I see that she seems pretty convincing that something is wrong with her, I would look back over to Abasi and go, "Well, then let me go, you fool, so that way I can assist her. Let go."
Still tussling, trying to throw you away from him.
Oh, assist? Yeah, you assisted her right through that door?
Let me go, or I will make sure you regret it.
Abasi just stands there blinking, holding it, like, well, I've had a really bad night.
And it's about to get a lot worse for you.
It
And you hear
really
him go,
is? And he just slams him into the ground?
Okay,
I'll try to reflex out of that if I can.
let's see you break his hold. Let's see you
I'm
break
just
his hold.
sitting there sipping. This is amazing for
You're gonna-
breakfast.
You're gonna have to. Okay, so you're gonna have some circumstantial modifiers that are against you, Jared, due to your situation. So he's gonna try to break free. You also have to try to maintain.
Okay.
Let's see if you can maintain your hold.
More CMB?
Yeah, it's pretty good to maintain the hold.
The only time Abasi's ever been effective in combat
Ronald, give me a reflex, please.
is not a real fight.
Me?
Ronald.
Oh, Ronald. Okay, they said Ronan.
Okay, you there's certainly some struggle here. You know immediately that you're gonna eat sand. It's not gonna be the most pleasant feeling, especially since he shoves your face into it. You threaten him, and he feels like he has been wronged, so he just shoves your face in the sand. Abasi, do you let him go?
Yeah, he asked me to let him go. That was a fair let go.
Okay. After a stern shove into the sand, he releases his grasp on your neck.
He'll get up and you'll hear, Emen, and you'll see one of the shocker lizards shake the bindings off and start rounding his way towards Abasi.
He will whistle and go, hey, Farhan! Hey, can you give me a hand here for real quick? Just 1 second.
What rounds the almost large-scale skiff that was designed from the backside of a beetle, you can see this blue lizard seem to round the other side of it. It is medium. It's every bit the size of like a Rottweiler. And let me just pull up a picture here. Make sure that I can get this for everyone.
I think I know what you're talking about, but please post it.
Sure,
if I wasn't in armor, or if I was in armor, not terrifying. As a naked man,
yeah, I think you're
completely fucked.
I think I'd be afraid that your pee-pee's gonna get bit off.
Oh, not by a lizard Rottweiler, especially when he called it a shocker.
Okay, so these are depicted in many different ways, depending on which you look for here. Let's copy, view image. I'm just going to pull this up on stream.
Okay.
Hope this works.
Am I dead? Did I just wrong the Sultan of the Rat Folk?
This is what this looks like. I'm going to pull it up so everyone can see. There. Camera's going to be a little messed up, so everybody should be able to see this now. This is a shocker lizard.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it stands on its hind legs.
Is that a Pokemon?
They can move on their hind legs very quickly. Very, very, very quickly.
Looks like one of those lizards that can run on water.
They're modeled very
Yeah, that's
similarly.
what I was thinking.
This guy is particularly a bit larger. Larger. He calls them Emen. He says, Emen, come this way. And this Rottweiler-sized shocker lizard rounds the scarab husk.
Since you guys already speak Osirian, name Emen just is like a light translation to the name Thunder.
Okay.
I think Abasi knows that. I don't think the others will know that.
Pilakka knows that.
Oh, Pilakka
I would
does? Okay.
not know that.
Yeah. Pilakka and I are the only people who speak Ancient Osirian.
Yeah. Ancient and current.
I speak Knoll.
Nice.
No.
Noel.
How many years did you learn that?
Speaks, not many. It's a lot of the people that he slayed. Like, sorry,
No
I'll have to
cheese,
kill
I'm
you
out of
later.
here.
I learned don't kill me.
Yeah.
In Knoll.
Eamon rounds, and he waits your call. What do you do? Bear in mind, you're muted.
As he rounds the sled, you'll hear the rat folk say something in a language that none of you understand. And you see the shocker lizard. He starts to stand and he starts like shimmying up and down, and he walks towards Abasi, and he doesn't move that fast at him, but he touches him and he induces a shock into him.
Cool. I'm going to step on your neck. That's the next thing that happens. You're still on the ground in front of me. As this thing starts coming at me, I'm just going to step on your neck.
As you have Eamon stepping closer and closer, the three of you can notice that even from the ground, Pilakka, you probably realize that this is becoming a bit more dangerous the longer that you stay there. This shocker lizard starts to step closely with a slowed pace, but every time it does, it seems to almost circularly wind its tail, and you can hear this jingling from its gut. And this is when you start to notice that from the top of its scales, you can see lightning arcing from parts of its body. And every time it strikes the sand, there's a puff of smoke and there's glass shards.
I'm gonna try to get to my feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna help Pilakka up finally.
I'm assuming that you guys do so quickly.
Yes,
Farhan, after you've called him, Farhan steps outside. And he looks specifically at Eamon. Eamon! Where is Shamir? See?
You'll see me like shaking on the forehead.
Bossy just does one of these. Goes, lock him?
Let Shamir go. He is just a traveler, a people of descent.
Oh, about that, and I'll just point at Pilakka.
I I guess people of the sands means not people of the rules of the road.
There is no road here. This is the desert.
Exactly.
Also, you appear to be fine.
I was struck by one of his lizards. Yeah, I'm fine.
Abasi just fucking shakes his head and steps off of the rat folk.
We're just having fun. No big deal.
A lot of fun, though. You bloody bastards! I watch you get run down and thrown back into the hookah, and this little chompy bastard starts threatening me, and nobody says shit. You're screwing around the whole time over here, aren't you? You goddamn chicken.
Shamir, I have told you. You have to speak to the people. Did you threaten someone again?
I was riding by and this one stepped into the open.
That is not how it works, Shamir. If you can see she is an old woman.
I offered aid. It was this one who grabbed me by the back of my neck.
Did you offer the aid before they grab your neck?
I didn't have a chance to. I stopped the cart and he grabbed me.
Shamir. Apologize. Show some decency.
I will apologize to her. Him, on the other hand, amen, and then he'll shock him.
What does this look like? I'm assuming that you're not going for like fatal. You just
No, the shock itself, since he's by himself, is a non-lethal strike. So it would be like
so it's subdual.
Phased, bro. Yeah.
So you're just gonna get zapped. It's like getting struck by like a single zapper in this case.
Yeah, no big deal.
After the lizard electrocutes him. Oh, we're still wrong for that. Okay. After, you go ahead. I'll chime in.
For 2 non-lethal.
He steps up, and the moment that you think that he's going to bite you, he leans his head forward, and this almost dorsal-like horn seems to graze across your body, and lightning arcs across to your skin. It's enough to jar you back.
And I just kicked the rat once in the side.
Your apology is graciously accepted.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
When you finally get to peer at the entire situation, it is a 3 shocker lizard driven cart. And Eamon is significantly larger than the other 2. The others are probably like a little bit about the size of a Cocker Spaniel. And even those are regarded as large. Why they're so much larger here, unbeknownst to you. But Shamir is sort of like a local celebrity of sorts. And by celebrity, I mean he's the crazy lady that has all the ferrets down the street.
And I was like, fairy lady.
Yeah,
I'm still kicking him in the ribs.
I'm not gonna take a kick. I'm gonna try to dodge that if I can.
Yeah, give me a reflex. I'm assuming that you literally got shocked and tried to punt outward.
Wow.
Yeah, it was little. Ow!
That is
Given
a
that
Matrix dodge.
it's in the same, basically the same time, Shamir, you know that he connects with you, but it's not in any way that's going to deal any damage. It almost as if he helps you up. So the leg kind of strikes out and picks you up off the ground.
I would say, like, as he like kicks me, I kind of just like have my foot placed on my like just under my ribs, and then like lift up and kind of just like roll up to it, just using the momentum.
Yeah.
And then just dust myself off, and then looking at him, still pissed off, but understanding that we've kind of had our dispute. Just walk up to him and I start dusting him off.
Abasi's so upset because these are the people that he struggles with the most, and he's run into about 4 of them now. Somebody's fucked with him. He's in full defensive mode, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay." It's okay. And he's like,
I think it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, just brush it off.
But he's like, he's mad, but he can't be mad anymore. Thank you.
Shamir, these men, they are the suite owners, and the woman as well. They are running the suite upstairs, and you know how much this is, and it can cost me. Now, I would be willing to wash off that favor if you can lead them to the bathhouse. They're in desperate need.
And what about my bag? It's torn. All the iron is now in the sand, useless to my pets.
But you still have 2 strong men here. They can help you carry these things as well. It's along the way.
I need to get them more.
I could perhaps mend your bag. I am not uneducated in magical arts.
Mending the bag is not the issue. It's the iron within.
Once it's mended, should the iron not stay in?
He lifts his hand into the sand and kind of like pulls it up to show that it's been mixed. Like the bag at some point was torn open. Yeah. So he shows that it's in the ground, like it's in the sand, and like at that point he can't really do anything with it. But he throws it back down, and he looks to Pilakka, and just he's gonna do a quick heal check just to make sure she actually didn't suffer any bruising or anything. I know she's got feathers and stuff on her, but he still wants to try
give me the glance. Yeah, sure enough, you can tell. You can tell that she is she did suffer a small amount that it looks like it's sort of tore through her clothing. What are you wearing right now? Are you still wearing your robes?
Yeah, and well, actually, she's currently alter selfed. But if she's in her alter self, she's well, one, probably not showing any physical damage, but also two, wearing some pretty like unremarkable like deep red robes.
Yeah, if you have an illusion on you, then I can't see anything. As far as I know, you're perfectly fine,
so
or at least whatever form you have.
What you're gonna see is when you glance across her body, you see where it looks like probably Eamon actually was running too quickly, and his leg came up and raked across her body. And it's not, they're pretty much gonna be superficial wounds, but it's mostly that it has damaged the clothing. That you probably see a little bit of the raking across the skin, a little bit of like a streak of blood, but nothing that's lasting, something that will clearly like scab up in moments.
Yeah, but even then, I would look. I think if you wish to take some time, I can help you get some river root. With it, I can at least prevent infection from the scratching.
Oh, I'm quite used to infection. This is how Abasi and I became acquainted.
Then allow me to at least make sure that I do not have such...
You're muted.
I'm sorry, my hearing is fizzy. Try again.
Sorry. I don't wish our introduction to be the same, so I will help you if I can. But the bathhouse, this way. And he kind of points. Eamon, and you see Eamon, as he kind of like rolls his hand, you'll see Eamon turn around and start walking back, and Shamir will go and refasten the harness back onto him.
You hear this like
please.
This almost roll. Actually, give me a perception, please, from the three of you that are new to this.
Perception. I did okay.
Abasi is going to hear this clearly. The other two, you'll hear this like sort of groundy, like almost like it's someone's grinding metal, but it's very faint. Abasi, you'll hear this a bit more clearly, probably due to the fact that you were right next to him. But the moment that he wheeled around, it sort of sounded like someone had taken metal on metal and just started grating it against each other, and it's like change and washers all kind of mixed up together. You hear this coming from the center mass of this creature, but you don't see any kind of holdings, no trappings, nothing like that really decorates the chakra lizard. Nothing. There's no headdress or anything that sort of looks that way. So what you're hearing is actually internal.
Yeah, as an individual, I don't think Abasi would know what it is. I think I have some decent ideas based on what scientifically that would mean, but he doesn't know shit.
Okay. Do you think Abasi would have a bit of a confused look to it, or are you just kind of, it is what it is?
He might have a bit of an interest. Abasi he always liked the catacombs. He liked the deep. He liked the things that he found there. He encountered a lot of interesting things. We've already seen an electric trap earlier on in this game. Traps interest him, but he's not sure what this is or what this creature is or what good it would do for him. The noises are interesting, but he also doesn't really trust the rat guy much either, seeing as they just had a
tussle. Yeah.
A physical altercation. So he's interested, but he doesn't want to press it because he doesn't like him yet.
Right, sure. Shamir, you would see that Abasi, the dwarf, he has some confusion on his face while the others seem to just be okay. There is some confusion as he watches Eamon move away, despite the hiss and the crackle of Eamon's retort to you.
Yeah.
You hear the and he kind of moves back to the opposite side of the of your your carriage. What are you
Yeah.
calling this again?
The sled that I have, or are you talking about my shocker?
It's essentially you're sledding it.
Yeah,
It's a skiff, isn't it?
sand sled, skiff. Yeah, whatever you guys want to call
So
it.
you can see this before you start moving back. Do you explain anything to him, or do you just kind of
Yeah, I mean, it would be obvious that the intrigue is there since he's staring down Eamon. You are inquiring about the sound that you hear, eh?
Are you feeding them metal? Is that a normal thing?
That's exactly it, my friend. And since we are going to be in the company of one another for what seems to be a short time, allow me to properly introduce myself and my bed. I am Shamir Ravi of the Wati Desert. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Abasi, formerly of Abasi.
Yes. And my friend Eamon over there, his full name is Yo Tarkal Eamon Rosha. The common translation roughly goes towards Runner of the Thundering Sand.
I can vouch for his name's sake firsthand.
Thank you. And once again, I apologize. He picks up like a shard of the blue glass that Eamon had made when he was charging up, plucks it from the sand and hands it to Pilakka.
Pilakka's like, woo!
Yeah, you have a
Sorry, like still in human form.
Series of small fulgurites that are now yours. What you should do with those, it's totally up to you, but they are fresh.
Abasi just looks between the metal, then back over at Ronan, and then to the metal, but doesn't say anything.
After he hands the first one, if he's not like collecting them, I am. You're talking about the little blue glass shards, right?
Yeah.
I'm hella collecting them. Unless the Rat Man is.
I don't know if he is or not. If you guys are unfamiliar with what happens when electricity strikes sand, you can just look up a fulgurite.
Fulgurite?
Yep, fulgurite. Is
that what that's called?
Fulgurite. Yes, and it's commonly what happens when lightning strikes sand.
And listen.
If you would ever around my routes, you'll see large quantities of this blue lightning sand, or glass, as it now is. I sell it from time to time to the nobles when money runs a little lower than I'd like, and the shocker lizards are not, well, they're not too friendly during certain times of the day and season. But this helps.
Does it have any alchemical properties? Magical?
That I would not know. I sell it as a, what do the common folk call it? Jewelry.
A trinket?
More or less. The larger pieces are put on display and given odd names and stories of where they come from, but they are from the same place, so.
As he's saying that, I'm crouched down and just like scooping handfuls of sand and glass into a bag.
Pilakka, give me a knowledge history if you could.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you a bit of a bonus on this after we find out what you roll, just to see. Oh my god. Okay.
Wow, 7.
Actually, you're not really sure how it operated back in Western Galarian, but you know that there were some people that were capable of transmuting fulgurite talismans into grounding. Basically, they would take a larger fulgurite and they would ground it, and it would negate the effect of lightning attacks.
I'm about this. And recalling this, Pilakka's going to start collecting as much of it as she can.
You know that
what
something of this size? Oh, it's very early. Like it's just before the start of the day.
Alright.
Something of this size would probably have very minimal temporary effect before it's just ablated and destroyed. But if you had something that was significantly larger, maybe if Eamon had really focused in an area, you could have gotten something much more substantial. But this was just like a brief, like a zap.
Okay, so this is just kind of like little shardlings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could still
like
alchemically you could probably use it.
Yeah. It'd be like if you threw like a regular like glass cup on the ground, that would pretty much be the amount of that you would probably be having on the floor.
I'll take a glass cup worth of glass shards.
Okay.
You never know when a big wolf comes around.
Eamon looks up to the sky. Seems that the desert light is upon us soon. Let us go. I do not wish to keep you in the heat longer than I have to.
Please lead the way, Master Mouse.
Very well. And you see the cart start to pull forward slowly. He's just going to go at a moderate pace. He's going to let the cart drag itself, where Eamon will walk with the group.
Do you wish to put the bag with them, or do you wish to put it in the driver's position?
The bag that I had?
Yeah.
Whatever I had left, I would just probably put in the driver's spot if I'm not holding on to it.
Okay.
Is the back of the skid or the cart, is it open, or is it like, does it have like a
it would
truck
be
bed
it doesn't
kind
have
of thing?
It doesn't have a lip on it. It's literally the top portion of a guardian beetle's shell.
Is it upside down?
Yep.
I try to sit on the back of the lip and eat my breakfast and drink my beer.
Are you okay with that? Do you let him do that?
I'm not using it, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, like, he can't steal it from me.
Sure.
So
and
yeah.
He is significantly smaller than even you. He's not going to be very heavy at all. He's not going to have any kind of impact on your.
That's
on your animals.
I weigh less than 40 pounds.
Yeah, you're good.
So, go for it. You're guiding through the city, through the bazaar, to the bathhouse. You know that it's in an area of town called the Brown Asp, which is publicly... it's publicly pretty much dominated by a figure known as the Pook, Pasha Pook.
No fucking way.
Yes.
That one. So, wait. Bubs, is he here? Is he here?
Is AA here?
Yeah, is AA here?
No, AA is not here.
Fuck, shit. Okay. I was going to say, if he was, I'd be like, I'll fight this guy right now.
The person that you are expecting, this is one of his heirs. This is one of that Pasha's heirs.
Yeah. Okay.
That fled and took on his father's name of Pook, and he became a Pasha in a foreign land.
Okay.
But
now,
he's bad
we're
business.
also kind of in the middle of a blood feud with him. So.
You know that the Pook is bad business.
Okay.
The Pook is very bad business. He's been dealing in drugs and every form of vice that you can think of in the area. He's a bad dude.
Slavery, prostitution. Those are the ones we ran into.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that though, I would, like, once I started getting more to that area, it would be less hellos and how are you doing, and more kind of just keep straight, don't really say hi to anybody kind of thing.
Well, there is definitely an area that you know that it separates from normal bazaar to the Asp itself.
Yeah.
So do you have that small talk in the interim, or do you?
Yeah, as we're walking, I would say, I don't know if any of you have been to the Asp often, but the Pook that owns the place is not a good man, nor are the people that work with him. I suggest when we get inside that we keep the talking to a minimum.
Oh, we've been here before. There was some arson involved.
He slow turns over So how are you? What gods do you pray to that would let you live after causing such a commotion?
Pray to or are enslaved by?
I feel that the winds today are not in my favor.
Likely no.
I believe what I said was, Mr. Pook, fuck your own face. I think those are my words.
Okay, so in the event anything does happen, I am a blind man who is being led by his service animals, and I don't see any of you.
Ah, yes, of course. I hadn't noticed. You are without sight.
Yes, we'll keep it like that. And the fact that you talked to Pasha Pook in such a way, it's... Do you like making enemies? Is that your profession? Is that what you do in this?
This should not be a problem. When this conversation was had, he looked much more handsome. He was like a totally different person.
They love making friends all the time.
Abasi just eyes him up and down with his fucked up eye, Well, yeah, I was a really good-looking man before I ran into the lot of you.
Are you the result of his wrath? Did he do this to you?
The plug this? That middle-tier gangster couldn't do this kind of damage if it was dependent on his life.
No, not in normal circumstances, but he employs the work of a lot of people who study the arcane, divine, and demonic.
No, this was from going for a little swim in some acid. It's not a big deal, really. The Necropolis is full of traits. I'll have to show you sometime.
Ah, treasure hunters. Okay, I guess that does make sense now. Yes, your features are very reminiscent of other unprepared adventurers who journeyed there.
But you say he has in his employ many sorcerers.
Many, one powerful one, no one knows. I don't ask.
Noted.
40-yard burns though. Once again, we can't head out to the desert, and I can give you a salve for the burns, possibly 3 through if I can. As a result of our scuffle this morning.
Abasi kind of like flakes at the edges of one of his new scales, and he goes, I don't yet know if I need that. You see, I had a run-in with Sobek by the looks of things. I don't know if I'm good or bad or cursed at this point.
Abasi, don't look a gift lizard in the mouth.
Either way, I would still feel bad to leave you unattended, regardless if you have scales or burns.
Then perhaps you should bathe with us. Join us for a nice soak.
Yeah, we have good parties.
I have my own places to which I bathe with my friends, and he kind of points over to the 3 shocker lizards.
Oh, it's like that.
Abasi's just picturing him barbecuing in water with electricity everywhere. What? He gets in the... No.
Ronan, you've probably run out of your drink up to this point. You didn't have a lot of it, and as far as breakfast goes, you didn't collect because you said you'd come back and get it.
I brought a leg of meat downstairs. Yeah, I was munching on that still.
Yeah,
I'm
something
almost
on a stick, I recall.
Yeah,
Sure.
it was like a leg of meat.
Sure.
Like you get at Red Fair.
Where did you collect this leg of meat?
On the way downstairs, I said I grabbed the meat on the tray, and then I grabbed my sword, and I went downstairs.
There was no tray?
What? Well, I said that. Didn't Farhan say he was bringing back food after we had already?
He was preparing things for the day, and he had set aside a particular cheese wedge specifically for you. That was when you fought him tooth and nail for it.
I'm sorry, are you lawyering over whether or not you have a haunch of meat to eat on the way?
Oh, yeah, why are we debating on just a small thing of meat? Is there a reason?
Yeah,
like,
the reason is I want you to roleplay as opposed to look onward like a blind duckling.
No, I literally said that when I left the room. I said I grabbed a thing of meat and my sword, and then nothing was said after that.
He did say it because I remember him saying he put it on a stick, and I looked at the camera like, what the fuck is he making, a corn dog?
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's all I remember is he said I put it on a stick, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, if you brought meat downstairs, that means that it's still part of that dead guy.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not debating that.
In which case, I'm definitely gonna need a fortitude save.
It's like a multiple-day-old dead guy we'd stored in a tomb.
I had jerkied it. It's fine.
Barrel the salt and just dry it out.
Did you jerk it 3 or 4 days after he was dead?
Well, we left him in there for quite a while. But it's a cool, dark place underground. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I thought we lived upstairs.
Yeah, we left the body in the necropolis.
This was...
Oh, yeah,
we killed that on our previous journey.
It doesn't sit right on your stomach. You know that it's just not going smoothly. Maybe it's the ride that you're not in control of. Maybe it's... You're not really sure. You feel like way worse food, and it never really bothered you. Maybe it's the heat. The heat just barreling down on top of you, baking you. Who knows? Paired with the wine, it could do a lot of things. But your stomach is a little upset. They're talking, though. Do you have anything to say to them? Do you...
No, I'm just letting them, like, I'm trying to figure out this dude and why there's a rad guy here. Because aren't they more popular from where I'm from than in this area?
Technically, that accounts for himself, yourself, and Pilakka.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's odd to see somebody that I know, or not that I know, but that species in this environment.
Yeah. Actually, Ronan, what was the name of your clan? Don't say Wu-Tang.
I was gonna do that.
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
I don't know where I had that written down. Fuck. Let me see if I can find it.
You can also, if you're not sure and you want to go back to it, you can always just make it up as well.
I really want to find that though.
Come on, push the button.
Phelan, thank you so much for the 5 subs. Hobo Joe, Masaki.
Oh, there's
Wood
what
Armory,
I forgot about my my actual name, my real name. I mean, not this is totally my real name.
You mean Ryu? Or are we talking about Christophen?
No, we're talking about like real character name.
Really, that one doesn't bother you?
Mooneye?
Mooneye.
Yeah, but no, my real first name.
Moon?
No.
Tiny Moon Eye.
Yeah.
No, it was
yes.
not a great name.
His real names were actually there in the very first session written on his character because I called him out by them, and then you guys changed his name to what it is right now, and I went, what the fuck?
I don't think we wrote down what my clan was. I know we touched it though.
Okay, then make it up.
If you check the VOD for that exact episode, you'll find it.
Don't find it.
I'm gonna make him make a new one, then I'm gonna find it.
Let's make it up, man.
I don't even know what it would sound. I don't know what goblin sounding clans would sound like.
It could be something like Borback, Goblin, Bug Crush, Clan Bug Crusher. They tend to have like really kind of names similar to that. What you got?
Oh my god, he's Moon Eye Cheese Eater. Jesus Christ.
The Stink Dragons clan.
The Stink Dragons. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Stink Dragons.
All right. Let's go with a 30% chance here.
Sorry.
30% chance that it's Stink Dragons.
Stink Dragons. 30% chance that the Stink Dragon clan had a rival feud with a group of rat folk. Choose your 30% range.
35 up.
Okay. Give me a 50% range.
22 up.
Okay. And a 75% range.
Oh God.
1 up.
89 down.
Why do you do this to me?
Just minus 75 from
Okay.
89.
I'm just wondering if you're being as difficult as possible on purpose.
No,
I think
whatever
you
number
are.
hits in my head, that's what I have to go with because I'm super superstitious. You can blame video games.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
The Stink Dragon clan never had any issues with the rat folk. You had heard that there was a rat folk group in the area, but you had never really had any interaction with them. However, it's likely that you were at least curious because you know that every clan, every race has their own artistry and things that they enjoy and love, especially when it came to the humankind. When you found that town, they did artwork and plays and shows and things like that, and it was interesting to you.
Yeah.
Red folk are very different. Now, how are they different? It's particularly in Eastern Galarian or in Watit? Who knows? But you might. I think it's reasonable to believe that you have an interest. You have a mild interest in his character, even if you can't quite figure it out. Bear in
Yeah,
mind,
I agree.
he's also not that much bigger than you. He's probably only like 50 pounds.
Yeah, so he's like in between mine and Abasi's height, right?
65. Got
Yeah.
some weight on me.
He's
Okay.
not anywhere near Abasi's weight.
Well, I meant like height wise, not.
Oh
with...
yeah. Similarly, yeah, it's scaling up. That's correct.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
under. I'm 3'9".
Oh my god, I just realized that the four of you together, I don't know if there's any one of you that break 4'2".
In real life, yes. I'm 5'9". What are you talking about?
God damn it, Ronald. I understand. in game.
Oh, you talking about our actual characters? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually 3'8" in real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
yeah.
No,
Nice.
I'm 4 foot flat as Pilakka.
Yeah, I don't think Abasi is much taller than that.
But together we form the
Abasi is
weirdest fucking
4'2".
monster.
4'2". Wow, that's yep, that's the tallest.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nobody breaks 4'2".
Now we just got to walk into the fucking group of dog warriors and feel like kings.
Hey, we could just get a trench coat and just all go to the movies together.
Well, I think
one
that's how
ticket.
they
Yeah.
get away with it.
Oh yeah, Death.
Marn and his dog soldiers.
But yeah, as we're walking, I would inquire about the two others. Met Abasi. Kind of had a quick introduction with Pilakka, but I haven't talked to Rowan at all.
Abasi, did you give him your name?
I gave him my first name. I did
Yeah,
not give
you
him
just-
my last name.
Yeah, he just said his name was Abasi.
All right.
I got really weird about it.
But I don't think Pilakka, you haven't said your name yet, right?
Nope.
And neither has Rowan.
Ronan. Yep.
So yeah, as we start walking, he would look to both of them. Probably Pilakka first, since she jumped into the cart. And I did not get your name, Miss.
I go by Pilakka-Bitakk.
Pilakka. Understood. Thank you. And you there, friend. Your name.
My name is Ronan.
Ronan.
Ronan, with an
Ronan.
with a nen.
Ronan.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any more alcohol in this cart?
Negative.
Just-
There's none in there.
Okay, just checking. He stares at Abasi and like shakes his mug.
Do you need something to drink, friend? I can make water for you if you need.
Nah, that's cool. I just fucking chuck the fucking whatever.
You just threw his cup.
Yeah, just chucking it.
Yep. And I'm done with the meat too because I'm mad at it.
You're
'Cause it made my
never,
stomach
you were
hurt.
never going to make friends with
Mad
Farhan.
at it.
Never, ever are you going to make friends with Farhan.
But yeah, as we keep walking, I would give my pleasantries to the people that were walking by. I guess the other traders and blacksmiths that I would normally talk to, other metal workers and stuff like that, leather workers who helped me make the sled, things like that.
Right. You know whom you're looking for specifically?
Mhm.
You're looking for a merchant by the name of Cade. Cade buys in expressive amounts for metal, and he's willing to parse the coins you may need. He is also happy to trade you other metals. C-A-D-E, Cade. The players recently met Cade, specifically Donkor.
Mm-hmm.
This is Donkor's contact. Now, Cade is in Middle Market. He's very easy to get to. It's not hard to travel to him. But you know that the Asp isn't that far away. There's not many people out today, largely because it's still early. It's early by most people's regards. The sun is starting to crest over the horizon. You know, it won't take much. It's going to heat up quickly.
Yep.
Do you stop at Cade's or do you guide them to the bathhouse?
Since the bag that I had was torn, I would probably stop at Cade's again to get to see if he has any iron or steel shavings left for me to take.
Got it. Do you guys continue to follow him, or will you talk any additional talking before we meet Cade?
I would actually ask them first. I don't want to just impose, like, I'm just going to just detour them, even though if it's on the way. Would you mind if we stopped at the mid-market real fast? I need to talk to a friend to get a resupply of shavings.
So long as your friend does not mind that we are filthy?
I don't think they will, but if they inquire, I mean, it's your information to give, not mine.
And they may have to look upon Abasi, but as long as that won't cause any offense, we can detour.
Very well, thank you. And he'll tug on the reins a little bit, give it like 2 little small pulls, and you'll see the cart start to turn.
As we walk and get closer to the brown asp, I want to start slightly changing the details, like little by little at a time, like kind of like while I'm passing under shades that people maybe think they saw me wrong the first time, so that like my skin starts to get like a little bit browner and my nose starts to get a little bit longer, and like maybe my forehead gets a little squatter, and just like my height changes ever so slightly, just so that I look like a different old lady.
Sure.
You're going to confuse the fuck out of this poor red folk.
Probably confusing all of them as well. But the moment that you speak, it will read loud and clear. You veer through a few turns. You dip down a darkened path, which leads out through a series of tents, and you see Shamir stop. With a sharp whistle, Eamon comes to a complete stop, and the 2 Shakalishes behind him match just that. You can tell that Eamon is very, very well trained, but the other 2, they're either new or they're just young. You stop outside of a tent that is at least 2 booths wide, and there are a variety of things that seem to be out. You don't see this individual by the name of Cade.
Hello, friend. Are you here?
Nothing yet. Again, it is still early.
Must not be expecting me this time. I do not blame him, but give me a moment, friends. I will check the tent to see if he might be in slumber. If he is, then we can come back into the dam. And he'll kind of hop over the stall, making sure not to hit anything. He's not going to destroy stuff. But
it is just a small gate, but you are naturally very dexterous.
Yeah.
Reflexively,
and
you leap over.
Once he does, he'll call out, Cade, I am going to open the tent.